My name is Katrin Hornek. I'm a Vienna-based artist, a visual artist, and my practice is centered around the topics of the Anthropocene. I try to follow material through my body into the world and back again and see how this reshaped system and ecosystems are kind of changing, and try to follow those traces around the world on a kind of molecular and planetary scale in order to create formats that not only make people kind of thinking through the Anthropocene but feeling through the Anthropocene, in order to create these spaces where things can be kind of people can engage in things in a sense-based environment. And for this, I also like to work very locally and try to find local hooks in order to connect molecular levels with planetary fields somehow.
My name is Sabina Holzer, and I am a performance artist based in Vienna. I'm also a writer and a physical trainer, a movement facilitator. And my practice interlinks movement and language, so I'm very concerned with the moving body. And I like to use the body, the moving body, as an instrument and language to enhance the poetry of the everyday. The moving body is a non-verbal instrument, and writing is, of course, a verbal medium to express. But I also like to think about the body, that the body is writing space and time. The human bodies, the non-human bodies, and the more than human bodies, because they inform every space, they inform time. They have different timelines also, and the spaces, they also shape the bodies. So the way we move, the way we sit, the way we interact with our environment is all an interconnection. So in this way, I'm concerned with bodies and the environment. The bodies as on their material base, also in relation to the environments, and the thought articulated by Anna Halprin that the human body is made from the same substances than our planet is a very inspiring thought for me. So I'm looking also at the substances, the organic and inorganic substances of our body, and try to find analogies, similarities, similar functions and circles from the body in relation to the environment.
In my practice, it's a very research-based practice, so I really like to also work in close dialogue with scientists and very different, or like people from very kind of different fields. And I feel like engaging with the people, I had the feeling that a lot of people kind of try to bring those abstract forms and questions into a form that is kind of more tangible or measurable. I feel that this relationship between science and art can be very fruitful to kind of create fact-based speculation somehow, to on the one hand get very detailed and very close to things, but then on the other hand take these images out of the context and try to start speculations and see what that brings. This almost 1.5 year long research on the one hand formulated itself as a video installation showed at BAU Kunst, and on the other hand I asked Sabina Holzer, a writer, choreographer, performer and trainer to develop a walk in this real factory, in the factory where you see here the walls and the floor that are still the original walls and floors of the ex-Montecatini factory. So on the one hand, it's an exhibition, and on the other hand, as part of the exhibition, it's a sense-based choreographed walk here on the very side done by Sabina Holzer.
So I was invited by Katrin Hornek to choreograph a walk. And as I said, I'm concerned with choreography as a way to organize the body in relation to space and time. So for me, it was very interesting to find here different routings through the space to create the possibility to experience the space with our senses. So it's a sensorial experience where I invite the people to see the space in a different way, to encounter the space in a different way through our senses. So also the smell, the different colors of the space, the different nuances of the light, the temperature, all the things which are taken for granted with our body are enhanced during this walk. This is one thing. The other thing is, as nitrogen is such an important substance for living organisms and for our body, for our cells, I was also interested to find ways to make this process of the nitrogen in the body accessible and tangible for the people. So we have a little movement sequence of high intensity interval training, which is a special training designed to release nitrogen from the body to build up muscles, to build up our cells, and to build up the immune system. So this is something very concrete. And then I informed myself also, and we talked also, what kind of food has a lot of nitrates and a lot of nitrogen. And at the end of the walk, we will have a little nitrogen shot. So there is also the way of how the nitrogen is entering the body. There are two systems which I also found very interesting. Our small intestines and our blood vessels are tubes, and these tubes are major organs to work with the nitrogen, to transform the nitrogen into hormones or enzymes. And so it was also very nice to see all these tube formations here. It's like a chemical industry outside, which is also in some ways similar to this chemical industry, these chemical processes of our tubes and organs within the body.